What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope all of you had an awesome weekend and have a fantastic week coming up here as well. Wanted to go ahead and do a video to talk about my favorite carries from last week. Really excited to bring this week's carries to you. I think I got a lot of cool knives here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why I enjoyed carrying them as well for this video. My hope is that the continued feedback about these carries and these knives help you with either your buying decision or affirmation of your buying power and that your dollars were well spent. So on Monday, I went ahead, another Micarta Monday theme. I went with the Civivi Conspirator. This one here has a stone-washed Nitro V blade with fullers on them. Nice flat grind, very thin and slicey for such a big user knife. And I do mean that in the sense that it is over that 8-inch mark. It does have nicely done micarta scales. It has the contouring around the edge, which really helps this melt into hand, and it feels really nice, very good ergos. And it does have enough texturing here to really help ensure that you have nice confidence in the grips and you have enjoyable ergos when you're holding the knife. Deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. This thing goes in and out of the pocket fantastic, one-handed, and the catch is really nice. It is a little bit of a hot spot, meaning that you do feel it poke a little bit because it is narrow. Kind of wish they would widen this up altogether, just make it just a touch wider, bring it over. I know it'll take up a little bit more space, but I think the wideness would help eliminate that hot spot feeling that you get in hand. It is milled out internally to help reduce weight. Black coated hardware throughout, which I think keeps the look really clean. Does have a little bit of a lanyard barrel back here, but this being such a big knife, I think that would just be for those that want it for decorative purposes, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into. Now, the button lock on this does work really nice, and the action is very smooth. The only thing that I'll continue to say that I notice is that because the blade is a little bit bigger and it has more weight to it, it does feel a bit sluggish compared to some of the smaller button locks out there that have lighter blades that just fly out. But it doesn't mean that it feels bad. It has a very nice smooth feel to it. Has just a little bit of button stick, but I like that it has a little bit because that lets me know that it's not developing any lock rock. That means it's a nice tight fit. The tolerances are very tight and it feels very nice at hand. Fuller works really good, and it has wonderful jimping here if you choose to use the flipper either to push button or to do the light switch. So that was what was in my pocket on Monday. I really do enjoy that one. I love the full size, and again, ergos on it are fantastic. Civivi is doing a very good job on their knives. I know they're charging a little bit more, but I feel like the knife quality from what I experienced a year or 2 years ago is a little bit nicer than what you're seeing these days. On Tuesday, I wanted to go ahead and rock a titanium Tuesday carry, and I hadn't had it out in a while, so I broke out the Nkosi. Still really like this. Feels so good in hand. It is just such a comfortable user. It is more of a fuller sized knife, and it does have a beautiful hollow grind on it. Really nice hollow grind. Very slicey blade. It has that chamfering all the way down the back of the blade as well, which I think just gives it a really clean look. Not that there's anything wrong with a bruiser that has just sharp edges, because I do appreciate that as well, but this, I just feel like such a classy knife and just such a timeless look as well. Nice frame lock, good access to it. It is continuing, as you see, to break in nicely. I don't really flick it open that much, but I definitely do fidget with the slow roll. For me, that is still very satisfying to do and quite enjoyable from a fidget perspective. But just a great knife. I don't think I need to spend too much time on a Chris Reeve knives. I think everybody that knows about this brand already knows how wonderful of a knife that really is. On Wednesday, I went with a Wood Wednesday carry again this week, but not the Altus. I actually picked up a new model from Civivi, and that is the Civivi Chevalier. But I was told recently that it's Chevalier. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right even still. I appreciate the tip though. Hopefully I got close. This is a really nice Warncliffe shaped blade with a beautiful stone wash. Has 14 C28N. I did decide to lay it back just to 19 degrees. I didn't take it to 18 since it has that thicker geometry. I kind of wanted to keep it at a working edge, but I did notice it does feel like it has a little less resistance now. I got this piece of paper from the other day out here, but man, it just feels like it just wants to go through the paper so easy now. Let me try the thicker side here. But it just, wow. Just that one little degree difference made a huge difference on this knife and the blade's edge as well. Just really like that from a utility perspective. It has more flat spot for the thicker cuts, for the thicker cardboard, and then it still has that nice utility access that you don't have to go too high up on for this. It does curve up a little bit, but it's not dramatic, so I like that. Now, the jimping on the back of the spine, I wish, the more that I've used it, I kind of wish, because I have bigger hands, it would have been out a little bit more. I almost hit it just past the tip when I'm trying to use the tip of the knife out here, but it's not that bad. And in all honesty, I'm not really hard using it. I'm breaking down like Amazon boxes and knife boxes and things of that nature. So anyone out there that does have a that is using it a little bit more heavy can let me know down in the comments, so that anyone that might read them will know. Same thing that you'll see here that you did on the Conspirator. It is milled out to reduce the weight, and it does feel very light even with the wood handles at 3.2 ounces. Fantastic weight. Does have your blacked out hardware with a lanyard spacer or lanyard standoff, so that if you do want the decorative lanyard on the back, you have it. It does have the reversible deep carry pocket clip that does work really well. Catches great, goes deep in the pocket. Same complaint, just wish they would widen it out. Button lock on this one works really well. Does have that same amount of stick that I'm experiencing on the Conspirator, which I do appreciate having just a tiny bit of stick. This has just a little bit less than the Conspirator, but again, that assurance that it's not going to have any lock rock or any blade play, really a good thing. And it doesn't have any blade lash, so again, continuing to see fantastic tolerances from Civivi on these knives. Just a really great model, and again, really fun to fidget with. Even the reverse flick, fantastic knife, highly recommendable. I'm glad I picked one up. So that was my Wednesday carry. On Thursday, I brought out my little pocket bruiser. Yes, that too, Dave. This is for you, because I know you're going to laugh at it, but this is my little pocket bruiser, and this is going to be the Chavez Redencion Street, which is the smaller version of this knife. It does have a wonderful dual grind tip and a very beautiful grind at that. I love the look on that, and it has all the lines, and it feels very aggressive. As you can see here, for me, this is a chunky knife, and it does have the titanium backspacer. That Chavez titanium pocket clip doesn't sit too deep, but it does still leave just enough of the knife out for you to be able to grip onto, but it's not all the way sunk into your pocket with this model here. I love the way this feels in hand. Just again, feels nice, thick and chunky, and just really melts into the hand when you're holding it in the normal natural position. It feels very comfortable, and this M390 treatment is really nice. I've started here recently. When I use my knives, I sit down at the end of the night and just do a little leather strop, trying to keep the edges lasting as long as I can. Don't want to intentionally wear them down, and I do rotate through them enough where it does last a long time. Nice access to the lock bar. I love the thumb studs on this one, and it does have that ramp, but I actually enjoy having that ramp because I know that I can get my fingers out of the blade path, push it the rest of the way down, and let it drop. Has remained centered. Not much else I can say about the Chavez. This is a really nicely done knife. It is manufactured by Riot, so you can expect that the quality is going to be there. Today, Friday, what's in my pocket is actually going to be a knife that I've really enjoyed ever since I've modded it, which is not really a mod. I just put scales and skiffs on it, and an aftermarket titanium deep carry pocket clip. That's going to be my Spider Coast Smock. Really love the way this Jungleware green looks against that black coated blade. This was the Blade HQ exclusive with the coated M4 blade, and it did have the JG10 hardware, but I just couldn't resist getting a set of fat carbon scales from Carbonized over on Instagram. I just really love the way that this looked. The skiff bearings really didn't do a whole lot to improve the action because it had steel bearings on it and they were fully caged in bronze washers. But it's peace of mind for me. Having the ceramic bearings, $12, it was worth it. I mean, I spent more than that on the pocket clip. Granted, it's a titanium pocket clip, but I did spend more money there on that pocket clip. This is a super fidgeter, and it is a slender profile, but man, it just feels really good in hand. Again, I like that middle finger and the cutout, and it just lands right perfect in the natural, in a good spot for me to use this knife. Goes through the materials really good. Does have a hollow grind, which you don't see too often from Spyderco's, but it wasn't really that thick of a profile anyway. It does have a thick geometry. Man, just laying that on the finger there, I felt like it was gonna bite me. This still has Spyderco's edge on it. Again, I'm just stropping it up. This one doesn't get as much use. I do carry it quite often, but outside of opening packages, I don't really grab this one first to break down the boxes, though I would. It feels like it would be very comfortable for long periods of use in the hand with no issues whatsoever. And that is a Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip. He has all kinds of different anodizing out there. If you're interested in other knives, other pocket clips from him or different anodizing styles, I really like the fact that, he's a small shop, USA, supporting local for me. Just a fantastic product too. It's definitely not hard to recommend it. I've really enjoyed his pocket clips, and I have a ton of them. MXG is another one as well, but this one just has the Lynch Northwest on it. That is what's in my pocket today. Let me know what's in your pockets down in the comments below, and what you carried this week, what your favorite new knife is, anything that you want to throw down in the comments, because it does help me out and I appreciate the interaction. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out my 1,000 subscriber giveaway video that is out there. You will need to check out the channel, and you definitely need to be subscribed to get the notifications for that video's winner drawing. I will be limiting how long people have to respond to that, because I don't want to have to chase people down. I want to get their prizes out to them. They should want to grab them. I mean, it's free swag. Who doesn't ever want that? Anyway, thanks again. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.